It's more than 3,000 miles from Mecca to Sheffield. The former steel town is home to 2 football clubs and nearly 600,000 people. According to the latest census data, roughly 60,000 of those, or 10%, identify as Muslim. Sheffield is also home to one of the UK's busiest mosques. It's a source of pride for the local community and was built in 2006 from local donations. It is, of course, the Sheffield Islamic Centre Madina Masjid, and it welcomes Muslims and non-Muslims for prayers from all over the world. Nestled among tight residential streets south of the city centre in Lowfield, there's a warm greeting for all faiths through its doors. At the end of the ground floor entrance hall, you'll find the first of 2 large prayer halls. Sitting and leading the congregation is Imam Shahid Ali.
I am the head Imam at this Madina Masjid in Sheffield. My role is basically full-time Imam, overlooking the classes as well for the children and youngsters, and also teaching adults classes on a weekend, and basically leading the Friday prayers, also participating in the funeral services, accompanying the families, the bereaved families, to the graveyard, and just general work in the community for the youth as well. The mosque's role for the community is not just a place of prayer, but it's also a place of learning. It's also a place of community togetherness and interaction and support. We believe the mosque is a very important place and center, especially for vulnerable people and those who are in need. My message especially is to people out there is learn and seek knowledge.
It's that quest for knowledge that keeps Muslims and non-Muslims heading through the doors of the Madina Masjid. When you go inside, you may well be greeted by this gentleman.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zaid, Saleem. I'm here at Madina Masjid, and today we're going to give you insight about what is inside this masjid. And now I'll take you to the Wudu area where we do the washing. In Madina Masjid, we have 7 washing facilities, 3 for the men, 3 for the women, and the 7th one is for people who come in wheelchairs and disabled. So we have excellent washing facilities. The water is always nice and hot. We've got sanitizers, we've got the towels cleaning up, and people love these facilities. This is our library, and we've got beautiful bookshelves here. We've got beautiful copies of the Quran and the Hadith, and we have a lot of people who come and use the facilities. And these were given to us by one of our donors. These are made with special wood, antique, and he supplies Cambridge, Oxford University. And as you can see, we've got beautiful desks here as well. And this is a copy of the Holy Quran. So when we do our tours, we show them the beautiful Holy Quran, and as you can see, beautiful calligraphy as well. And this one has Urdu translation. And then also we show the copy which is smaller, but inside the content is exactly the same. Every single copy of the Quran has 6,666 verses. And this is a copy, translated copy of English. And as you know, that we would open the Holy Quran from right to left, and we would read it from right to left as well. And when people cannot understand the Holy Quran because there's so much grammar in there, then we look at the life of Prophet Muhammad, how he led his life, how he lived his life. So all these other books, what we have, a translation, interpretation, and the commentary of the Holy Quran. Through here, we've got the washing facilities for deceased people, the mortuary. We've had people from the hospitals and they've seen what facilities we have, and they absolutely love it, because as Muslims, death is inevitable. You cannot run from death. Every living soul must taste death. And this is the ending, and how we wash the body, and then we will shroud and put them into a coffin. And in Sheffield, we've got 5 different places where we bury the body. In the mosque, we've got a fridge here. We've had it for over 15 years, but we've only used it 5 times because we've never had to. We've got excellent working relationship with the coroner, registrar, hospital services, funeral directors, and the cemeteries. And usually in Sheffield we have a turnaround of within 24 hours. This is the main hall, which has this beautiful chandelier and this dome with beautiful calligraphy around. And if you see the Mihrab board, the Qibla board, has beautiful Arabic calligraphy. On one side it says Allah, other side says Prophet Muhammad's name, and in between there's the 99 names of God, the attributes are written there. Al-Fattah, Al-Sami', Al-Wahhab, Al-Batin, Al-Akhir, and so beautiful. And on the top you've got the Shahada, which he says, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. And then you've got some chapters and verses from the Holy Quran engraved all around. And what you see on there is pure gold leaf. So now we've come to an area which is called the Mihrab. The Mihrab is where the Imam would generally stand. As we come in here, there's a pulpit which is called a mimbar, and at the time of Prophet Muhammad he would stand on a pulpit and address and give his sermon. Because Prophet Muhammad was a shepherd, he would hold a staff and he would be able to give the sermon. Now in our mosque we've been very fortunate that we've had Reverend Gareth Jones who's done a sermon, we've had police, we've had MPs, we've had fire people, fire chief come in and giving a message, because Friday is a day to give everybody a message. And these mics, what we have here, people who live in the vicinity of about 7 miles, not everybody can come to the mosque, so they will turn the transmitters on and they can listen to the sermon, education, prayers which is happening in the mosque. So this is beautiful Qibla wall where it has a lot of gold which came from Italy, and the marble came from Pakistan. And on this, as we mentioned earlier on, these are the 99 names of Allah engraved, the attributes all the way around. And the marble came from Pakistan, and it came in a container. And then the carpet, what you see here, came all the way from Turkey. The chandelier came from China, the good side of China. And then what we also have is most of the craftsmen and the labor force was all from Sheffield. So all this beautiful mosque was built by the people of Sheffield. The architect were Al Samurai, who's an Iraqi company where they built about 25 different mosques around the country. During the month of Ramadan, we fed almost 12,000 meals in the mosque. We have all the dignitaries, we have Sheffield United, the footballers, people like Uriah Rennie. Jessica Ennis was just living around the corner. Kyle Walker was one of our neighbours as well near the mosque, and they're good friends with the mosque. And we have almost everybody from the hospital, Children's Hospital, Western Park, St Luke's, St Wilfred's, Archer's Homeless People. The mosque does a lot of food banks, soup kitchens. We've got orphanages around the world. We've got water wells, and the mosque goes out of its way to engage with everybody. And we're very fortunate that we've got wonderful volunteers in the mosque, and the elders have given 25-30 years of their committed, dedicated time to the mosque in order to make it a success and leave a legacy for the young ones to come through. In 1981-82, the Muslims had a dream of making something big because the community was growing, and it used to be a co-op. It used to be 2 halls on the ground floor, 2 in the basement, 2 in the first floor, and 2 on the second. It wasn't big enough. Next door was a car park, there was a road, and there was another land, and they put in planning, and planning took over 10 years. But when they started building the mosque, the project finished in 2006. I mean, there is a lot of people that are not connected to mosque, And when they realize how much excellent service they get when there's a funeral and there's somebody in there for them, a friend in need is a friend in need. So when people are here and they help them from A to Z, from the time they passed away till the time they've been buried, mosque is here for them. And this is the time when you need somebody. And I think that's excellent. You know, we've got excellent kitchen facilities, different for men, different for women. If somebody doesn't have anybody to wash for them, we have them people as well. We've got a team of people who would facilitate and assist with washing. You know, we've got elementary, supplementary school every day from Monday to Friday. We've got weekend classes for adults as well. We've got, learning Arabic for young and adult. We've got women classes here, as well as lunch clubs. We've got youth clubs here. We've got boxing gym. So we go out there and do a lot of interfaith work in Madina Masjid. There's always things happening. There's tours in the mosque, there's funerals, there's wedding, there's engagement, there's little parties. We've got council, we've got health and well-being places that come and use the facilities. And when a lot of people that are not Muslims, they come to this mosque, they see how vibrant it is, how much people are coming through, and it's like being in Meadowhall sometimes. This obviously mosque is a house of God. It serves everybody, but the majority of the people happen to come from Azad Kashmir, Rawalpindi, and within that peninsula. We engage very closely with football clubs, we engage with the council, we engage with the churches, synagogues. We've been many times to cathedral, and we're part of Interfaith Charter. Because at the end of the day, in order for us to get close to our Creator, we have to love His creation. And under this roof, under this heaven, we're all one big family as well. This is a question what people don't realize, that 100% of the donation to this mosque was funded by people in Sharrow and Netherage in Sheffield. Though we had some other people who went out to their families and relatives in other towns to fund the mosque, but everything was donations from the local people. We don't get any grants, we don't get any fundings. We had somebody say, no, King Charles paid for this mosque. Absolutely no. The mosque is constantly open. It's easy to contact as well. We've got a website, and we've got to also understand that everybody in the mosque is a volunteer, and we try our best to engage with all the schools, university, colleges. We thought about having, at one time when we opened the doors, we thought we'll get 10% of Sheffield population in the mosque. That was 550,000, and 10% would be about 55,000. I think we're very fortunate that our elders put a lot of effort and hard work into building the mosque. Now it's up to the next generation to take it further, and we're indebted to them because they've done so much in order to facilitate all these excellent services for the younger generations. We're very fortunate that we've got such a good committee, old and young, and we're always thinking about new initiatives. We're thinking about how to break through, and language was a barrier. Now we've got imams who speak, good English. They're educated and learned in England, and we need to make sure that we move on with times as well and engage well with the communities and the wider communities.
And do you have any more projects or improvements planned for this mosque?
All of us, we like to have a nice house, nice bedroom lounge. We try to make the house of God as beautiful as possible. So we're always trying to put new things in, new decorations, and ornate it more better.